Because we've been trying so long to get you guys, and I'm like, I'm not going to make these guys reschedule. I'm not doing this to you guys again. So I'm Jessie. I went to school to be a veterinary technician, but when I had seizures, that kind of fell through. So I was like, well, what could I do that could, like, give back, but yet, you know, something I love? So then I immediately started thinking about interviewing bands, because bands have been a ginormous part of my life. That's why I started interviewing bands, to just kind of help give back to you guys.
Nice.
So if you guys could introduce yourself to the people who don't know you.
My name is Alfredo. I play in the band with Thieves About. I'm one of the guitarists, and I play rhythm in the band.
He sings too.
Yes, one of the vocalists. Sorry.
I'm Ryan. I play bass and I sing.
By the way, Alfredo, I freaking love your name.
Oh, thanks.
I was like telling my ride on the way home, I'm like, this guy's name is Alfredo. Who names their kid Alfredo? It's like the best name ever. Who came up with the band name?
Well, we were in a band before this band. We were in a band called Biofeedback, and that was like more like a hardcore like punk band. And I didn't really come up with the name at all. It was mostly like our friend Joe in a way. You mean? But it was in explain around the book that you had.
I have a book of all old clippings from the Titanic sinking, and it's cool. Like it's straight from like 1912, everything. So but the thing is that it's full shots of newspapers, so there's different articles on it, and we were just like screwing around looking through the book one day, and our friend saw a paper headline that said "Thieves are about," and I don't remember what the article was about, but we thought that it kind of sounded kind of catchy, so we ran it by the other guys in the band, and Alfredo suggested adding "when" to it, making it "When Thieves Are About," kind of made it a little bit more theatrical, and we sat on it for a little bit, and it kind of stuck, so we decided to run with it. And at that time, like we were writing a new batch of songs, and we were ready for a name change, because we did grow up a little bit. We weren't really playing that straightforward like thrash punk anymore, and things were becoming a little bit more melodic. So
yeah,
when we came up with a name that actually sounded like something that might stick, we all those things together, we're like, all right, let's just take the dive, and we'll do it.
So how long have you guys been in the band, and how long have you known each band member?
Well, Ryan and I have known each other since high school, and Ryan and I met each other in high school. Ryan and I met each other.
Don't run away, Ryan. Come on, it's getting good.
So what happened was, okay, I'm trying to put like a long story short, but it's not going to be a long story short. It's actually a kind of long story. But anyway, the way I met Ryan was it was back in 2002.
2002, yeah.
It was 2002. And
Gosh.
The way I met Ryan was I walked into algebra class, and no, actually, was it algebra? I think it was algebra. Whatever. It was one of my classes. I forgot what class it was. And I sat down at my desk, and I don't know who started. Was it you? Was it me?
I don't know.
Someone started.
Somebody started drawing punk band logos on the desktop.
Yeah.
And we sat at the same desk in different periods. So like the whole desk was like full in like a week.
Yeah, like he would like draw like no effects on there, and then like I'll draw like the casualties on there, and then he'll draw like a dead Kennedy's logo, and then I'll draw like a black flag logo, and we'll just keep on going back and forth until the whole entire desk was just filled with all these band names. And of course, I had no idea who he was, like at all.
He did though.
In a way, I did. In a way, it kind of made sense. Oh,
You had a suspicion of who it was.
I was like, oh, look at that punk kid's walking out of the class. I wonder who that would be. You know what I mean? Like coming out with green spiky hair. But yeah, so that's how I met Ryan. One day, Ryan was walking down the hallway and he was wearing a T-shirt. I think it was the Offspring, if I remember. I don't
Like
know.
a Dead Kennedy shirt or something.
Probably a Dead Kennedy shirt or something like that. He was walking down the hallway, and I said, "Hey, dude, like, I really like your shirt." He was like, "Yeah, dude, I see you wearing like similar shirts around too. Like, let's chill." And we became friends. And
So
then
how many people are in the band?
it's myself, Ryan on the bass, and he sings too. I have Michael Greene. He's the lead guitarist, and I have Joshua Smith. He's a drummer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you known the other guys?
So this is what happened. So Ryan and I, we were in a band for a while. We were in a band called Biofeedback, and it was including two other members, who was Nick Andriolo and George Marino. And what happened was we became When Thieves Are About. After that, it was us four who became When Thieves Are About. And then we found another drummer, who was Josh, and that's how Josh came in the band. And we met Josh in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ryan actually met him through Craigslist, right?
Yeah, I met Josh on Craigslist. I taught myself how to play drums, and I was like obsessed with I had this idea. I was like, I just want to play a show as a drummer. I don't want to write anything. I don't want to have any involvement with anything other than sitting behind a drum set and playing a set at least once.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bucket list type shit. So I looked for a band on Craigslist. I found Josh, who played guitar.
Who happens to be a town right next to us.
Yeah, he was in the next town over. So we started playing together. He had a bunch of songs that he wrote, and I was playing drums for him. And then our drummer at the time, When Thieves Are About, the drummer was kind of like
super busy.
He was very busy in his personal life, and we found ourselves turning down a lot of shows because he couldn't make it. So we spoke about it, and we're like we really want to play. And I think he dropped at the last minute or something like that for 2 shows, and we were like, fuck this, like Josh knows how to play drums. Why don't we get Josh to sub in until we find someone else? And he's just been there since.
Yeah, basically.
And then we met. We had a couple other member changes that like just came and went very quickly. And then, long story short, I met Mike because I was playing bass. I was subbing in bass for another band, and Mike played guitar in that band.
Mm-hmm.
And we both left that band around the same time. And
also
he met. Yeah.
I met Mike because of Craigslist. I looked for him on Craigslist, and he wrote back to me. And it also happens that Ryan and Mike were in a band already together. Hysterical. Craigslist does wonders.
It's actually not the first time I've heard. The last band a few weeks ago I interviewed, they had found their drummer on Craigslist also. I mean, you can find good things on Craigslist. You can find bad things on Craigslist. All depends what you're looking for.
You can find Craigslist. It's like a black market.
So, what genre of music do you guys consider your work to be, and who were some of your major influences to be that genre?
I would say we're like melodic hardcore.
Right? Yeah. Everyone tells us we're that early 2000s shit. That's what you guys are like, that early 2000s shit.
I get more like melodycore, melodicore from you guys.
Yeah.
I don't get the 2000s vibe.
I think it's like, because I mean, a lot of the bands that we found ourselves through, Alfredo and I bonded over NoFX and Leftover Crack and Minor Threat and a lot of like more hardcore influenced bands, but we always had an ear for like melody. We loved Blink-182. We grew up listening to that stuff.
Green Day. Sum 41.
So all that stuff. I think what we sought out to do was make music that was hardcore inspired and hardcore driven in the sense of early hardcore, like early 80s Minor Threat into like late 80s, early 90s Gorilla Biscuits type stuff. But we wanted to have that sense of melody in it.
Like Lifetime, kind of like Lifetime.
Yeah, we Lifetime was huge for us.
It's a huge band that we like a lot.
Set Your Goals was really big for us
Goals.
too when we were in college. That was like something that we bonded over that, and that influenced our sound a lot.
Great band, who's also really cool guys. We're friends with them too. Daggermouth, very inspirational to our music, I feel. Very cool guys.
Do you guys have a record label, or are you in the process of getting one?
Well, right now we're under a record label. They're called Manic Records, and we're recording a full-length album under them as we speak.
Yay! I've been waiting for some new music from you guys. I've been so pumped for this.
Yeah, we've been waiting for some new music from us too.
Yeah, we have music. It's just that we haven't released any of it yet. We just have to record it.
Yeah.
And
I understand.
Yeah, we already have 6 songs in. We just need 4 more songs, which is what we've been super busy with in general. And that's why we haven't been able to get in contact with you.
That's why I felt so bad for, like, trying, because Alfredo was apologizing. He's like, I can't meet up. And I'm like, dude, I understand as an interviewer, because I've interviewed now about 20 different bands. I'm like, I completely understand. That's why I say, if you can meet at 3 in the morning, guess who's waking up at 3 in the morning? Because that's what I just,
Yeah.
I work with the band schedules. I'm not going to be like, this time, this place.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're, you know what it is? It's like once you start working on music, like us, like before when you asked, oh, can you meet up? Can you meet up at like 7:30? At first I was gonna say yes, but then we started playing, and it just turned into we're getting to something. I don't think we should.
Yeah. So what can you guys tell me about your instruments? Are you picky to a certain label? Do you use whatever?
Well, I've been a fan of Gibson. Like this is.
That's a pretty guitar.
Thank you very much. It's an SG Gibson Special, 120th anniversary edition, which is awesome. I love it. It's one of my favorite guitars, and I mess around with the Les Paul a little bit too. You know what I mean? I'm a Gibson kind of guy. He's more of a Fender kind of dude, right?
Yeah, I like Fender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of bass do you use right now?
I got a P bass.
There we go. That's what it is.
It's a regular Fender P bass, and then I'm due for a bass, so I was looking at some Fender Jazz basses. I played some other stuff. I just can't. I don't like them. They don't play the same.
Mm-hmm.
Amps. I use a Marshall 2000 dual lead head with 1960 cabinet with 4 speakers.
So out of the places you've performed, where have your favorite and least favorite shows been?
That's a tough question all the time because there's different things about different shows that are good, and there's different things that are bad.
Yeah.
Like, when we were younger, we played at Starland Ballroom, which the experience in itself was, like, amazing, like, nerve-wracking, because we were very young at that time, but, like...
and the crowd is super packed. The first time we ever played was, like, a really big crowd.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there, but... And in that regard, that was a really fun show, and I enjoyed it a lot, and it's something I'll never forget. But I remember being on stage like, what the fuck is the sound guy doing? Like, this fucking sounds horrible.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Can't hear shit. Literally can't hear shit. And there's other shows that are like that too. It's like, I mean, we played this punk festival at this local bar called Tierney's like 3 years ago. And the sound was fucking so good. Everything sounded crystal clear. And I remember I was in a really shitty mood when I showed up that night. And then I was just so happy by the time we were done playing because in that regard, like it was a good show. There's other shows where it's like it doesn't matter what the shit sounds like. Kids are just going like fucking totally bonkers.
Yeah, bonkers and ape shit, so they don't give a shit.
And that's when it's like, you know what? I probably could have played better, but
at least everyone's going nuts.
Yeah, the kids didn't really seem to mind.
Yeah. Well, we played in New York City a bunch of times. We played like the Gramercy Theater. That was pretty cool. We played what was this place called? The bar that Billy Joel played in Bob Dylan.
Oh, the Bitter End.
The Bitter End in New York City. That was really cool. You know, we played with a lot of like really big bands too, which has been like really good experiences. Like we've opened up for Census Fail. We've opened up for Set Your Goals. We played 5 times with the band Such Gold. You know, and the list goes on and on. We played with Comeback Kid. We played with, you know, many bands that we became we became friends with a lot of them too, which was really cool. I mean, but you know, there was just some experiences that you're just like, I wish this could have gone better. But it's really hard to pick like which one was like the worst. You know what I mean? Or like,
yeah.
You know what I would say was probably the worst show? You know, honestly, it's either between the New Year's show in Queens, New York, or it was Four Loko night at Clifton, New Jersey. Four Loko night was a crazy night. Let's put it that way. This is like when Four Loko was like still like Four Loko when it first came out. Now it's like a totally different recipe. But like all of us decided to drink 1 can, and it was the worst show we've ever played in our lives.
It was absolutely horrible.
Horrible show. Thank God there was like nobody there. Maybe that's the reason why like It was that crazy night that it was snowing and stuff. So it was like not a lot of people came out. It was like snowing and stuff, but crazy night. Anyway, that was good.
If you guys ever come to Michigan, you should totally do the Crofoot or the Machine Shop. They're both really, really good venues.
I've heard of the Machine Shop before. You guys have a lot of good bands coming through there, right?
I Prevail's going through there in February.
Nice.
The 18th?
Okay.
I should know this. I'm going to it.
Do you have a lot of bands coming through, like your area?
We do. Machine Shop gets a lot of bands. They do. I don't remember if they do it still, but sometimes Friday nights they do like just a metal day where like in a few months advance bands can go there and like sign up.
Right.
They used to do this all the time back when I was in high school. Granted, that was 6 years ago. So I don't know if they still do that, but they used to when they would just have like smaller bands get together and then just join the Machine Shop just to jam all night.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So what I like, just so you guys might be able to get out and do more, Warped Tour, one of my favorite smaller bands, Reverse Order, started out just by having a small tent and selling merch, playing like demos of their music, trying to get more people in. So if you contact Warped Tour, you could probably get a tent up just to like try to spread out yourselves or get more known.
Yeah, we're trying to get on Warped. Our label's trying to put us on it for a couple weeks. We're not sure how.
Oh, I'll fly to New York for that shit. I'll fly out to New York. I don't care.
It's a little west for us, but I mean, if we can make it out there, well, I mean, obviously, if the opportunity presents itself, we want to go as far as we possibly can.
Yeah. I always tell people about it because some bands don't know that, you might have to pay a little bit of a fee to have a tent, but think about all the people that you could get drawn into your music or something,
Sure. And in your area, do you feel like there's, and there's no right or wrong answer, but like, how do you feel that people respond to the type of punk that we play? I mean, is that like a thing that's...
Well, the Machine Shop, in the area of the Machine Shop, the Machine Shop and the Crofoot are your kind of music galore.
Yeah.
Like, we see a snikey ton of people, like your kind of genre, at the Machine Shop and at the Crofoot all the time. And those areas are, like, more hardcore, more your guys' type of music than I've ever seen in Michigan.
Okay, well, that's good.
So a lot of people come out to the Crofoot, to the Machine Shop for more genres like your guys'. So if you ever are out here, definitely hit up the Crofoot or the Machine Shop. They're really, really good areas to get fans in.
Nice, thanks for the tip.
Thank you.
Yep. Because there was one opening band for I Prevail in their winter tour, and they were your guys' genre, and they were small, and they came to the Crofoot, and their numbers skyrocketed.
Wow.
So who writes your songs, and what are the themes or topics for your songs?
Well, writing the songs is very collective. Mostly you and I, Ryan. I mean, we have our guitarist Mike, who's been helping us a lot now lately on this new album, which has been great. I mean, because it's been taking a lot of pressure off our backs a little bit. And helps us produce a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
But what we usually do is we write the music together, and then we present it to our drummer. The drummer puts his little flavor into it, and then that's how it usually comes out. We usually save like the lyrics for the end, which is probably the thing that takes the longest. But most of our songs depends on what it is. A lot of it has to deal with like life. I'm guessing. You mean like surroundings, experiences, morals, things that you should like. Things that you should like put your mind to, or like things that you should do to make your life better, or like little things, like anything that's around you. That's mostly about experience. I feel, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About experiences.
What has your guys' biggest challenge been as a band, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Biggest challenge: getting 4 people in a room at the same time.
I can see this.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
True.
No, it really is. Hardest challenge is seriously like getting. Yeah, I think that might be it. You mean?
I think it goes beyond getting 4 people in a room together. I think it's getting 4 people in a room together where where we're all candidly creating something and feeling good about what we're doing, because like we got together to write tonight, and it's like when you work full time and then you're like, okay, well, I need to be creative at 7 o'clock tonight. It's like it doesn't always work that way, especially like I'm like super moody. So I'm like, oh man, I don't really want to do this right now. And then there's other days where I'm like, I'll fucking FaceTime Alfredo because I have an idea that I really want him to hear. I think that is the biggest challenge. Not only just getting together in a room, but actually producing something that everyone's like feeling great about. And that's when that's when I think we're at our best. Like we write our best stuff when everybody's just in that, in that creative zone.
So what are your guys' rehearsals generally like? Do you have a set time, or is it just FaceTime each other and come up with ideas? What's it usually like?
We usually meet up on Fridays.
Yeah, for Fridays, because he works in New York City. He has a tough commute in the morning, so I try not to keep him up too late, and I get pretty grouchy if I don't have my 8 hours. So we'll usually do like Friday night. We'll get together and we'll kind of like we'll meet up, and it'll be very very loose. We won't pick up a guitar probably for an hour. We'll sit down, we'll eat, we'll have a couple beers or whatever, relax, and then we'll kind of like start talking about like our objectives for the night, what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, and that'll usually be the three of us, Mike, Alfredo, and myself. And then when we get something when we get through the whole song, we'll record it together, the three of us, and then either send it to Josh for him to just kind of scope out what he might be able to do with it, or we'll set up a practice the next day, full band, with Josh. He has a rehearsal space in his house, in his basement, so we go there. We have our PA there and all our equipment. So we'll go there for like 3 or 4 hours and just try to like get everything solid. That's pretty much the way that the process works. Once we get that part done, and we know how many times we're doing each part and all that stuff, then we'll go back to Alfredo's house, and it's back to the drawing board. It's like, all right, we got to start writing lyrics and coming up with vocal ideas and stuff. And that takes forever. That's very tedious.
Yeah.
We don't really...
Go ahead.
Yeah, we don't really settle for, like, simple lyrics. Like, we're very... I don't know. I guess we're very...
You know what it is? It's not that we don't settle for simple. Some things are better off simply said, but it's just that, like, we all have certain things that might, like, kind of, like, give us... Not rub us the wrong way, but it's, like, the way he thinks something sounds the best might not be the way that I think it sounds the best, and then we get into this constant debate where it's like, and we're all respectful of each other too. Yeah. It's never like, well, you're freaking wrong, man. Like, my way is the right way. It's, you know what? If you're not happy with it, then I'm not happy with it, and we need to come up with the right thing that makes everybody happy, and that
it's a team effort, not a single person effort.
Exactly. That's not to say that we don't get frustrated. Sometimes we do.
Well, yeah.
But it usually goes pretty smoothly, slowly but smoothly. We all respect each other's opinions and ideas.
So how can fans to gain your access to your music? Do you guys have websites, social media?
Yeah, we have our Facebook, which you could go to our Facebook for When Thieves Are About. Just put in When Thieves Are About. The best thing I always tell everyone to do, whenever anybody asks us to find anything on us, just go to Google and put When Thieves Are About, and it all lines up. Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter. It all just lines up. Spotify, iTunes. So
what I'll do is, if it's okay with you guys, I'll put some sample music in the background while this is going, so it's kind of they can hear your music, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah,
please.
And then I'll put your information and links down in the little box below.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, good. Thank you.
So Alfredo, when you get a chance, just send me the links to all your info, and I'll just put it in the box below.
Sweet.
What is the most favorite part of being in a band, and what's the hardest part of being in a band?
Favorite part about being in a band is I get to hang out with my friends all the time. My really good friends. Especially this guy. Look at his face. Probably the most fun in the band is hanging out with your friends and doing stuff with your friends, and also going on the road with your friends, and you know what I mean? It's a lot of friends hanging out with each other, and it's cool. You mean and having experiences it's crazy to say, like, I've been in a band with Ryan since 2003.
Don't reveal how old we are.
Yeah, all right. So it's like, damn, man. So it's like 13.
You're not that old. Stop it.
We've been together in a band for 14 years. 14 years. So we've experienced so much crap together. It's ridiculous. I'm not even talking about crap. Like, it's like all good and bad. We experience it together. I mean, and that's what we have. No one can take that away from us.
We learned how to play together too. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know how to tune the bass, before I met Alfredo. I didn't even know I wanted to play bass until Alfredo and I met. And he had a bass in his house, and he was like, "Oh, like you want to learn how to play bass? Like, here, this is how you tune it. Here's how you play this song." Like, and then we grew up like not only experiencing like new things together, like playing shows and watching people respond to the songs that we write, but we learned how to play. And when I learned a new chord, I mean, it's not like we know every chord ever, but when we were younger and we were learning how to play, it was like, hey, I learned this cool chord, and he would do the same thing for me, and so we learned how to play together. We experienced shows together for the first time, and we recorded together like professionally for the first time together. Yeah. That's it.
Basically, yeah.
What are your before show and after show warm up cool downs?
Me, I like to. Here's the thing: I can't sit still. That's my problem. I cannot sit still. I'm walking around, talking to people, saying what's up. I'm very like the going around, outgoing, like very like, yo, what's up, blah blah. Trying to be like cool with everyone kind of person. I guess those are my warm ups to try to keep me focused. You know what I mean? Right before I go up on set, I like to be by myself for at least like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just to focus on certain things, what I'm going to do, and tune up and practice over my guitar riffs a little bit and stuff, and then I'll probably do a couple of singing a little bit just to warm up my voice. And then you do a little bit of the same, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to warm up my voice more because I frequently blow it out at shows. I used to just sit in the van and drink by myself for the entire time.
You poor thing. Nobody joined you? I would hop in that van and be like, dude, you're not drinking alone.
You were drinking with this drummer.
And then,
with Josh. Josh would be drinking with him. And then Mike would drink with you too.
Well,
I drink with you sometimes, but I don't get sloshed before I go up on stage.
I don't really do that anymore. I don't like being alone in the van anymore before shows. I like to hang out. I like to, I really like to watch the other bands. And there's really nothing better than that as your warm-up, because
they pump you up a little bit.
Yeah,
they
pump you up. You see, like, not that I walk in the show like a meathead looking for competition, but you kind of do see what you're up against and like how the crowd's responding, and you have to kind of plan accordingly, like, and feed off like, okay, like, what are these people responding to, and that's how I kind of like to spend my time before shows. I'll have a beer and kind of watch and see what's going on and get into the bands and talk to the bands as much as I can. After the show, I'm really adamant about following what the promoter needs us to do. I don't I like having good show etiquette and having good manners, so I try to orchestrate like the whole thing. I want everybody's shit off the stage. I want it in a corner or outside. I'm pulling the van around and we're loading up. Like that's my after show. And then after that,
after the set, I like to walk up to everybody and mingle and talk to everybody. Like all the fans that are there to see us. You know what I mean? Like it's been a couple of times. A few times, but this one time really stands out to me. Like we played at a show in Nutley, and these kids in the snow took how many buses?
Oh yeah, they were traveling all day to see us.
Yeah, they traveled like all day to come out just to watch what Thieves are about. Yeah, they took like.
See, if you guys go to Warped Tour, that's gonna be me. I'm just either gonna take a bus or I'm gonna take a freaking plane. And be like, nope, I don't care. I'm gonna go to New York. Number one, I've always wanted to go to New York, and number two, there's an amazing band playing.
Thank you. But like, yeah, it's like something that really is important to like me in general too, because like, like just like on Twitter, like. I always like to send out like messages to everybody and like try to get to know everyone that is willing to like at least add us and support us. If they're willing to add us to support us and give us like their minute to at least support us, they at least deserve someone to write to them. You mean to be like, hey, thanks for at least, you know what I mean, like showing your support. Thank you so much for enjoying our music. And just without you guys, we wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it's you guys.
And I love bands that do that, because there was one band that, like, when you were at their merch table, she literally told the girls to go fuck themselves because they just wanted a photo with her. And I'm like, wait a minute. I even went up to her. I'm like, wait a minute. This is not my business to stick my nose out, but these are your fans, and you wouldn't be here without these guys, so why would you tell them to go fuck herself?
Exactly.
And she's just like, I don't want to be here. I'm not in the mood. And I'm like, well, then maybe music isn't what you should be doing right now.
Exactly.
Like, you guys, I've seen you guys replying on Twitter, and you guys are so good with the replies to the fans, and it's just a phenomenal fan base like that, the responses, that it's not automated by, bots. It's just fantastic to see the bands actually, like, replying to the fans. Because I'm sure there's people out there that are like, this band is the best, and I just want them to know that. But sometimes it's just a bot that's telling them their responses. Yeah. And that's just not what fans should have.
No, the thing is that really ticks me off. Is like, like Ryan and I are both like musicians, but we're also fans ourselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't really dig the whole, hey, check us out, blah, blah, link, link, link. Hey, guess what? Link, link, link. Oh, and by the way, link, link. Oh, and don't forget to add us here. Link, 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 link.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, where's the respect for the supporter? You know what I mean? Like, they added you or followed you or whatever. Like, just simple thank you. Like, thanks. You know what I mean? You don't have to, like, they're adding you for a reason. If they're adding you, it's because they heard your band, they like you. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? Like, they heard about you, so they added you and they want to check you out anyway. So if they're adding you for a reason, like, they're just simple thank you at least. You know? Explain to them how much it really means to you. And that's the way I've usually been doing it online and all the rest of us.
So if you guys could tour with any band that you haven't toured with yet, who would it be?
No effects. No effects.
Yeah, I would. I'd say the same.
No effects.
So if you guys have any last words before we get into some fun stuff.
Yeah. If you have any goals, do it. Don't let anyone ever say that you can't do something, all right? If you want something really that bad, you can do it. Because there's been so many times that Ryan and I have been thrown under the bus and say that this happens and that happens, and right? And we've done so much because of that. You should use that as your fuel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you proceed on what you want to do.
And I think that kind of goes... I think it's important for people to know that we feel that way, because a lot of the stuff that we write is kind of like, it's usually like kind of serious, and it's kind of like it's always kind of triggered by like one of us feels bummed out about something, or like we're all pissed off and we write a song about how pissed off we are about it, but we're really not that. We're not those types of people. We're motivated, and we love life, and maybe the music tells a different story. I don't think the new full length is gonna feel that way, but I think with our past music, it kind of does have like a lot of negative undertones. But I would say that's an important thing that people should know.
Yeah, like for me, I always wanted to be a vet tech, so when that got crushed, I was like, I use that as my fuel, as what I could do to kind of help, and that's why I do this. Like, before, believe it or not, before I actually started interviews, I couldn't go a sentence without stuttering, because I was that nervous to talk to people. And so this has really broadened my horizons to talk to people, and I'm hoping next year I'll have my press badge, and I'll be able to actually do in-person interviews.
Thanks, that's awesome. Good luck.
There's so many things you can do if you just put your mind to it and you just believe in yourself. Seriously, the power of believing in yourself is undenying.
People just say that you can't do it is because they can't do it.
If you could be any inanimate object, which object would you be and why?
It's really hard to not be perverted about
I was thinking about the same thing. It was really hard not to.
You guys can be perverted if you want. Warning, 18 plus might be needed and censored.
I don't.
Just covering fields here, because you never know how young people might be.
You think 15-year-olds know what a dildo is?
I mean, I did.
Of course.
Not that I had one, but
not that I want to be a dildo. That was a random question I just threw.
Just wait in the drawer and be like, all right, time to play the waiting game.
I'm gonna go with dildo.
I'm gonna go with bra. Just on
So-
the boobs all day.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to be a dildo anymore because I just don't want to anymore.
See, I don't want to be a thong either because I feel like I'll be up everyone's ass all day, and that's something that I don't think I want to be. Do you know what I mean?
I was just thinking about the types of people that like need dildos,
Yeah, right?
and I don't think I want to be one anymore.
Nah. But I'm good with a bra. I think I'll be a bra.
I'm gonna pass.
You don't want to be anything in the world? Anything at all?
No.
Okay, we're gonna take a pass on that number. So, what are your guys' some of your pet peeves with your band members?
Ooh, with the burning fire!
Yep. We are laying down the dirt.
Pet peeves. Let me see. We were just having this conversation today.
Today, every day.
The way Ryan chews. I heard him literally before walking from the other side of the room chewing on something. I was like, "You're definitely eating something," because I can hear it. Oh man, that's about it. Oh, and he purposely does this to me all the time. He goes,
Oh, I hate that.
It's like, oh, no.
Alfredo likes to pump the brakes to the beat of music, and that makes me really insane. I just think it's unsafe.
Oh, that's fun. I get a kick out of it. I just look at him. I'm like driving. I'm like,
I know a lot of people that do that.
and he's just
You're
like,
not the only one.
Oh God, no. Oh, Bubba, no.
It's not even like cute. It's not even funny, like at all. He does it, and I just look at him with such disdain, and I mean it so much.
I got a kick out of it. It's hysterical.
If you guys could be any animal in the world, what would you be and why?
Shark,
Why?
because they're vicious. Everyone's afraid of you, and every once in a while, you just get to taste that human meat. You know.
Are you saying you're a cannibal?
No, I thought it was a shark,
Is this-
though. I
is
eat
this-
people.
I mean, they don't just eat people. They eat dolphins and fish
Nice.
and other things.
I wouldn't mind being a koala bear.
I love koalas. They're so cute.
I heard they're vicious.
They are crazy, but the only reason why they're not so vicious is because they're always eating those leaves that like have toxins in them. They're just like, yo.
As a veterinarian technician, koalas aren't vicious unless you get near their babies or you get near their nest.
Look at that.
And if you go to like their actual tree, like koalas have a tendency to like pick a tree and that is their tree. If another koala touches it, they will throw a temper tantrum. If you get near them while they are throwing a temper tantrum, you might get bit.
Nice.
So either that because they're always chilling, or I want to be a monkey. Just throw poo at people.
I was gonna say, what
Is
are you
that
gonna do? Throw
why not?
crap at us?
Why not? It sounds like fun, right? You have a reason to. It's like, he's just a monkey.
Just a monkey. He doesn't know what he's doing with his life. Would you rather be a dragon, a gargoyle, or a unicorn, and why?
I'd be a dragon. Why? Because you can fly, and if you ever want to roast anything on a stick, you could. Like marshmallows, hot dog burgers.
But unicorns, you can stab people, and you can be majestic.
True.
Ryan's face right now is like thinking so hard.
And you're always crapping and puking rainbows.
Ryan's gonna be a unicorn. Bet your money on this.
I might like to be a gargoyle.
Turns to stone at night.
So you can be shit on by
Or in the
birds.
morning.
Right, true.
That's true, but then I could terrorize them at night. Shit on them while they're asleep. Do gargoyles shit? I want to be a gargoyle.
They probably shit rocks.
They probably do. If you guys had one superpower, what would it be and why?
Last forever in bed.
It's a good one.
Right?
I was thinking about having the power of time.
The power of time.
Yeah, you got like fast forward,
Old man time
and
over
like
here.
reverse time, and pause time, and
That would be cool.
They were pretty cool.
That's a good one. I'm still going with last forever in bed.
If a dog became president, how would you pay it, and who would the security guards be?
How would I pay a dog if he was president?
Mm-hmm.
With
The dog right now doesn't want a salary.
yeah, all he wants is a room full of ham. Am I wrong? If you put a room full of ham and a dog in it, the dog will probably die from eating. It'll explode before it ends up. Right? And who would be his bodyguards? What's the name of that group? The Baja Men?
ISIS?
No. Who's this? This is the Baja Men, whatever?
Oh,
Who
yeah,
let
they
the
let
dogs
the dogs
out. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
that one.
Or his bodyguard will probably be Snoop Dogg. What a great bodyguard. Smoking weed all day, just chilling. Like, oh, I'm being attacked. No, some motherfucker's gonna fight comes out of the bones.
If you could wish for anything to come true, what would you wish for and why?
That's so...
Anything?
That's so crazy.
Anything at all. No, you can't wish for more wishes.
Well, that blows. I should have caught up with my Aladdin.
Anything. All I'm thinking of is really selfish shit right now.
All I'm thinking of is buckets and buckets of KFC. Just the skin.
KFC buckets.
Just skin.
That just sounds disgusting. I know what I'll bring you when I come to a show. I'll just bring you KFC skin. Like, here you go.
Or how about a magic bag of White Castle? You just keep on putting your hand inside the bird.
So like Santa's bag, but for White Castle?
Yeah, imagine that. Just keep on sticking your hand in, and a White Castle burger just keeps on coming out.
You gotta hope toilet paper comes out at some point.
Sooner or later. You're gonna have to. That's why the magic toilet paper bag comes as well. It's a bag. You just keep on sticking your hand in, and toilet paper just keeps on coming out. So here's my one wish. I wish for 2 bags. One of them.
I mean, I didn't say you couldn't wish for more than one thing. You got one wish. Just be very specific.
Right.
I wish our van never broke down again.
Ever. That'd be great.
What if you had like your own little auto repair robot that just sat in like your car, and every time it broke down, it just fixed it in like 5 minutes?
And gave you a blowjob?
I mean, you could just go to the street corner and get one of those.
I don't know about that.
I don't think a robot would.
No, it's like putting it through a cheese grater. You don't want to do that. It's not cool.
Okay, moving along. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this interview with When Thieves Are About. Please go check them out in the links down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to stay tuned for more content. Stay amazing guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!